Hello, everybody, and welcome back from Magic 2015. Nick here, as usual, with Last Grey Wolf and Alpaca Patrol. How's it going?
Hello.
Very well.
Very good.
Yeah, you had to wind up for that one, apparently.
I did, yeah. I was ready for the very good. But we were just looking at a GIF that was the origin of the creepy hands monsters from No Man's Wharf and Dark Souls 2.
It's very specific.
Very specific out of context. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm not gonna know that you're talking about
No
a soccer
one will
GIF.
know. You can
Like
look at
three
my
up this
Twitter
week.
from yesterday, and you'll find the soccer
You're
GIF.
not gonna do that.
Yeah, you probably not. But if you want to, twitter.com/alpacapatrol.
I'm gonna delete it. You'll never know.
It's a really
You,
good
put a
GIF.
link in your description for the
Yeah, I
video.
could, but I still have links
Rob
from
hasn't
like
changed his description for like.
It still
30
says
years.
Magic 2014.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
says
No,
Magic
it's
2014. It still has the video of that fucking old
The guy
It
at
still
Mike
has
Nachos.
who is it? Bear
a-
and O Architecture. is
yeah.
the
It's
guests.
a running joke now at this point.
It's a running joke with you, Rob. It's your joke.
No, well, because now it's a running joke, because now I label them 2015 A, B, C. I think we're up to D now, and this one will be
No,
E.
that's not a
because
joke.
Why
It's
is
probably what
that
you
happening?
named your file and you forgot to change it. So
Yeah.
now
Well, when I was changing the title initially, like I guess I accidentally left an A on or something, and it was like that for 2 episodes, and then afterwards I just changed it to B, and now it's just a running joke. It's a running
Aeon
gag.
Flux.
Yeah, exactly. That was a really bad
Dark
movie.
Duel. Yeah, it was a TV show before it was a
Was
movie.
it?
Liquid
Huh. Watched MTV. I'll be totally honest with you. Except for Celebrity Deathmatch, that was really good.
It was okay.
Celebrity
That was a good movie.
death.
It was a Celebrity Deathmatch was a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great movie. They should make a Celebrity Deathmatch movie. I'd watch it.
Yeah. After no one's watched it for like 15 years, they should just make a movie.
I'm sure it would be popular.
How good of a movie was it, though? Be honest.
Very good.
Very good.
Burger.
On a scale of Celebrity to Deathmatch, where would you put it?
Oh man. I don't know.
100.
Yeah.
I would say like 7% deathmatch, 30% celebrity, 1% both.
Skerbleberdy.
Is that why?
Yeah, exactly. You're welcome, Internet.
Dang.
You guys like crabs?
I like
Do you like
crab
eating crabs?
cakes.
Oh, I love
No, I
eating
love
crabs,
crab
yeah.
actually. Yeah. I do.
They
very
have
much
like
enjoy
Super Crab Week at Red Lobster, and I kind of want to go.
Go for it, man. That sounds awesome.
They got
I don't
all the
think I've
crab
ever read
over there. I
Lobster.
don't even know what all the crab delicious dishes are that they're going to be serving.
Whoa.
Oh, the crab delicious dishes.
The delicious dishes.
You guys really grabbed onto that one, huh?
Yeah. This is
Good, I liked it.
It's okay.
pretty good, yeah.
It's okay.
What are you doing? What does that do?
As I kicked him. Yeah, he got kicked.
Feeling fine and divine like a glass of red wine.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you kick him so hard?
Because, I
That
don't know.
one you don't go after at all.
Felt like
Dang.
it. Kicked him. Stop kicking
Makes
yourself. Stop kicking yourself.
He's not kicking himself. You're kicking him, Rob. You
I
can't do
did,
that.
yeah. I just kicked him with some goblins. I wonder if the goblin can he kick the goblin bushwhacker? He's got a knife in his mouth. I don't know if he would go for kick first if he was.
If you have a knife in your mouth, you shouldn't kick anybody. You're going to cut your gums.
That's true. That's very dangerous. You don't want to do that.
Don't run with scissors either, kids.
Ah, that's a bad idea too.
Just to get your fiskers for kids, then you can probably like... Nah, don't run with them either.
Fiskers
Fisker
have
whiskers.
whiskers. What is this?
Hey.
The +1/+1 counter on Chasm Skulker.
Don't read the... God damn it, Rob.
Oh my god.
Now, look, you don't have to kill it, but if you're going to kill it, I understand.
Okay. Yeah. I
don't know why I have this card in my deck. You're just no one's gonna ever. You know what Nick did when I played that card for the first time? He fucking exiled it like instantly.
really.
It needed to be done.
You're gonna waste volcanic geyser on it.
It's the only way I can kill it, and that
Yeah.
thing is gonna get way too strong.
That's what
way
I
too
said.
Quickly.
Unbelievable.
As,
glad
Commenter, tell
somebody's
me how
dealing
wrong
with
he
this
is, so
shit.
I can feel better about myself.
that's really strong. Are you kidding? Like that is absurdly strong. Oh, whoops! I didn't want to do that.
Nah, Robert, Rob. Okay.
Sorry, Nick. You don't have any monsters.
Yeah, thank you.
But
Hey Nick, I didn't attack you. I could have. All right. Let's kill
True.
Rob now.
don't do that.
He's done nothing but attack both of us.
I did not
Team up.
attack you.
Team.
Well, I guess I
Exclusively
did.
attacked me.
Yeah, I've
What?
only attacked Nick. I haven't.
I That counts. That's an
I,
attack.
I blew up your guy, but I think that's in
Flaming volcanic geyser into one of my creatures' face, who's underwater. I don't know how you did that,
That's
and
a
you
good
just
point.
killed it. Then that's an issue, and you attacked me.
Yeah.
Hit him.
That said, you know, I got things going on. Oh, you with your
Can we
inspirations.
talk about how fire and water don't seem to interact in this game?
They
That's
really
kind of
should,
bullshit, right?
I know, yeah. You with your goblins. You gotta get goblins out of your deck. I'm supposed to be the goblin guy.
Like, if I lightning bolt your island, it's surrounded by goddamn water, and I know how electricity and water react together, so I should be able to, like, AoE attack all of your shit next to the island.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
And then you won't have any celebrity duplication, so that way if you get, you know, limb loss or some sort of maiming incident in a car accident, you won't have anyone to steal the organs from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's a good point.
I wasn't expecting. Can we go back to deathmatch with celebrities?
This is a different kind of deathmatch. This is where the celebrities' clones deathmatch you.
In a fight between The Rock and Vin Diesel.
The Rock.
The Rock?
Yeah, because of his eyebrow and his elbow, and also he has a scorpion tail.
He's got the elbow of the people. Like, he's represented by, he's a national icon in China.
100% true.
Mm-hmm.
So if they fought to the death, that would just instant, like, no question. Would it be a close fight at least?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. Can you survive a sting by a scorpion?
Yeah, that's a good point. He does have scorpion legs. He's a scorpion
Can't argue with
tour.
that logic. I mean,
It's not the legs, it's the tail that's really all about it.
That's a good point, yeah. But he's a scorpion tour.
Scorpator.
Yeah, he is a scorpitor. Have you seen how big the poison duct is on his tail, too? He's probably pump you full of jelly like
Oh,
no
yeah,
other.
he's got some real rock jelly that he can pump inside your body.
You can't even smell what he's cooking, and it's jelly every time.
It's always jelly, yeah. He's cooking jelly, which is very easy to cook, I would imagine.
Well, that's the Queen Bee.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Latifah.
What are you doing with your bolt of Kuranos?
I know what he's doing with it.
Wait, hold on, stop the timer!
Every time.
Oh, okay, he's killing that thing, okay. I didn't know what you were killing. I didn't know what you were killing.
Oh, it's pointed at me, so let's make sure he's not killing me, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, you with
This
your
one's pointing at
inspirations.
me. You should stop this one too.
So you just keep drawing cards and having a great all time, and I'll just do my best to tread water while you stamp on my head.
Look.
It's fine.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what's happening. I'm not going to deny it, but we should still try to kill Rob.
At least I can block your shit now.
That's true. Can you stop that?
Nah.
It's a powerful creature.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's first strike too. Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do this?
Because.
Now I am going to kill you. Like,
I'm not getting where you're getting all of this vitriol from, Rob.
I know. Wait, me? What did I do?
You're just after everybody. You're very
Yeah, that's
But
what
man,
goblins do.
get the murder in your eye. I can
Goblins-
see it. You got
goblins
that murder.
fight.
You have a murder right in your eye. It's a little twinkle.
Murder.
They're a fighty
Twinkle,
bunch.
twinkle. Just twinkling all up in the shiny sparkle of your irises. I can see it. Nick can see it. We can both see it.
It's like a
The
Dexter twinkle.
audience can see it.
It's like a bionicle.
It's a little like a bionicle, yeah.
Whatever happened to bionicles? I guess they figured out that they should just do Star Wars and stuff now.
They transcended.
Yeah, they went past
Turned into little
bionicles.
prawns.
Now, yeah.
Bionicles were weird, man. I never really
had a
played
bunch
with. I never played with bionicles, to be honest with you, because it
I
was
never
like.
I just like had a bunch of them. I don't know what I had.
Yeah, I think I had one and I never built it because it was like, yeah, I could have a Bionicle toy or I can make a subpar action figure and build it myself, or I could just buy an action figure for the same cost, and then it works right out of the box.
You wouldn't download an action figure.
That's like, actually, you guys ever have a Transformers toy? Like, you would think that they would be so cool, like it would be amazing if you just push a button and they all transformed and stuff, but that doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle.
Yeah, you have to like
Yeah,
slowly
like a
build them,
shitty
and
Rubik's Cube.
yeah, and they're made of plastic, so they don't exactly fit into place as much as you would like them to. And it was just hellish. It was hellish transforming them. It's
Why
terrible.
don't you give me this card game? I have way too many fucking lands. In
That said, I did have the Megazord
My
from.
time.
I had the Megazord from Power Rangers, and you could you get all the Zords and put them together to make the Megazord, and that was sweet.
I always thought since the beginning that Transformers was one of the most like cynical, blind grabs for money out of the bunch of series of cartoon character things. Because it's not really anything. It's just like, here's a robot, it's also a car or something,
Yeah.
and go buy it. And also there's a TV show. but buy stuff. Just buy all the stuff and love
Buy
it.
all.
Now here's movies, and now everything explodes. Here you go, buy that too.
Yeah.
There's like no substance,
Yeah.
Buy it all.
and yet people love it so fondly, and I don't quite understand why.
Yeah, well, do what you gotta do, man.
You blew what you gotta blew.
You blew it.
I did.
What did you blow, though?
My load.
Let's- Yeah.
Blew your load? Doesn't rhyme.
What is this?
Oh, he's convoking. Oh, disaster.
Oh no.
We beat Nick down. Now he's coming back with a vengeance.
He's got-
Actually, specifically, Rob beat Nick down, and now he's coming back with vengeance against Rob. Let's just
I don't know if it's
make that
against Rob.
Very well known.
What did Rob
against
ever
Rob.
do? All right.
It's just against Rob. Okay, good.
It's against Rob. It's not actually against anybody right now.
Oh,
I'm still
thank you.
sorting out what my plan is really.
I'm glad to hear that.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good thing.
All I want to say is, don't fucking attack me at all.
Uh-oh.
All I want to say
Dear.
Because
is
I don't care if I win. I just want to bury whoever attacks me.
okay. That's Rob.
I think that's Austin. is
Like
who you're
7
talking about?
damage to you. Like, that was intense. What are you gonna do, Rob? I'm waiting
Yeah,
intently.
you're really keeping us waiting, Rob.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
intently. Your name's not Lee. Why did I call you that?
Don't call him Lee.
I'm not gonna call him Lee anymore. I promise.
Okay.
Do you guys
Okay.
want to talk about something that's going to make us really angry at each other?
Yes.
What's that? What do you do? Is that? Okay, I'm fine with. Oh no, you're gonna play the bullshit. Okay, you're bullshit. Wait, what is this? Hold on. That's
Bullshit.
way different.
Oh,
okay.
apparently.
Wow, you're really
Talk
cool,
about
Rob. Why don't you go home to your stupid cool house and act all cool with your cool friends? Okay? Nobody cares.
What a
Nobody
load
cares
of
about
shit.
you.
Yeah. What is this?
I don't even
No.
want to talk about anything anymore.
Yeah. Me either. Oh, why are you doing that to me? What did I do? Why did you hit Austin?
Well, what did you do?
You should hit Austin. He's a jerk.
Suck a dick.
Suck all of the dick.
You know, that's interesting that it killed your flying fucker, cause like I don't actually know why it did that. I guess it counted that your creatures died before it died, which is weird.
Did that fucking thing exile everything too?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it did.
Yeah, no, they're all exiled. Yeah, you can't get them back.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
What a load of shit.
Inspire myself again. by
Oh
the
my
way.
god, you with your inspires.
Oh, I inspired myself to draw 2 lands. Don't worry about it. How inspiring.
So, do you guys have an opinion on the EA Access plan that's coming out for the Xbox One, where you can pay $5 a month or $30 a year to get access to several monthly games and upcoming betas?
I think that it's a cool idea if it actually gives you new games, because the ones that they explained were like Madden 25 and FIFA 14, which is like, you know, the stuff from last year. If it's gonna give you the new Madden game, then yeah, that's like really good. But if it is not, then I don't know if that's really that good.
Oh shit, son.
Oh, why'd you do that?
I don't know. Think about it.
That was rude.
It's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of nuts.
Dang,
Alright.
son.
Is that necessary, Nick?
Yes,
Right,
you deserve it.
completely. Yeah, I'm pretty upset about the whole EA Access thing. I think it's kind of a bullshit idea, because if it catches on and everything EA does catch on for some stupid reason, a bunch of publishers are going to decide that they're going to be the new Netflix of their catalog of video games.
Right.
So we're going to have like 20 subscription plans to all of the places that make the games we're interested in playing.
Yeah, but I mean, you could
That
always
sounds
buy
like a
them
real
too.
shitty idea.
Yeah, but you could always
Well,
buy them too.
maybe
So
right
get
now,
hurt.
maybe they're going to decide you can't soon.
You know, why can't we just buy games and play them? I don't understand.
Because
why-
they're not making enough money from us. They want to exploit every possible avenue that they can.
Why can't we be friends?
I don't know.
Because you fucking exiled all our creatures.
Exactly, Rob. What the fuck?
Anyway, Sony told EA to suck it when they suggested that, because it would be kind of competing with their plan for PlayStation Plus. So
I don't know who the guy here making all these goddamn lightning talons, like who's distributing this item, and why didn't I get any? I don't understand.
you gotta unlock them in the single player mode, Austin.
Okay, I get that. That's understandable.
And the guy is Mr. Wizards of the Coast.
Senior Coast Wizard.
Senor Costa Wizard. Hello. I don't know why I had to be racist about it, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was pretty racist. Why'd
Is
you do
that the fucking... What is that? Oh, that doesn't matter.
Can I put a 1/1/3? Wait, is that just gonna generate creatures every turn for you?
Yeah, forever.
Okay, you have to die like next turn.
Well, no, the thing is, it generates only 1/1s, and they will pretty much die every turn. So.
No, you need to die this turn.
Wow.
Nice. I have 3 of those in my hand, by the way. I know that's spoilers and not a smart thing to say, but I just wanted to let you know that
That's cool.
for all my 2 and 3 cost spells, I am plenty good for drawing one at a time for the next.
Not a
7
fan of your guard Gomazoa.
Guard
What?
Gomazoa?
Dude, he's just so I don't die. He's not gonna...
You negate all the combat damage, which could be a problem if I'm trying to do damage to you later.
One creature though. I can't block multiple creatures.
That's true.
You gotta gang up on me. Oh shit!
You have Inspire? Oh, no, the land. That's always good.
I'll be over here, guys. Don't worry about it.
That's fair, yeah.
I've done nothing this game. I've played cards and Rob killed all of them. So
If I get my exile card, your 8/5's going fucking down.
oh shit, son.
It's pumpable
Yeah.
too. Jesus fucking Christ.
It is pumpable. Pump up the jams. Pump it up. Look at nerd.
Well, I know how this game's gonna end.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. If he attacks, you can attack him with 2 creatures. You will take 2, 4, 6. You take 14 damage if you just let him attack you with it.
I don't have a choice, man. I don't have a flyer.
Okay, so you're gonna take 14 damage. Well, then you swing back with 3 damage.
Yeah, I guess if he kills me, I kill him back, so that's fair.
Yeah.
No. You actually lose, Nick. Sorry, buddy.
Why does it make another? Oh. Wait, do they have to attack every turn?
Those guys do have to attack, yes.
I was wondering why you attacked me with that other thing. I'm gonna go ahead and block that then. I don't see any reason not to.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so Rob says he can do 8 damage to you with spells.
Uh-huh.
I like how even in 2015, Rob has to watch damaging effects. Oh, fucking Fling. What a piece of shit card. I don't know, last time Rob used Fling, it didn't work, so maybe it'll not work again.
Okay.
What a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Well, you were gonna kill me, so, like, I had to, like...
You flinged your... What to do?
That's the only way that I could have killed him, and he was gonna kill me, so... It's the only way... And plus, you don't have too many stompy things going on right now, so...
That's probably true. I mean, I'll play this.
Well, I mean, I didn't have any cards out.
Yeah, but...
Like,
if
what
you
I had
any...
was not helpful, and I had nothing in my hand.
If you had instant stuff, then...
No, I mean, you could see I had no cards in my hand.
No, I know, but if you get an instant card, then I'll probably lose, so...
Yeah, but now you don't have your flyer, so Austin's gonna win.
Maybe, yeah, but I mean, like, it's better to deal with one card, one creature, or like one enemy.
Yeah, I mean, you
rather
just
than
cower
2.
in fear, basically. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, kinda, yeah. But I'm at 6 health, so and I know you have multiple of those like take my card away things, so
I had 2.
I don't really wanna...
You used one of them already.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't want to deal with any of those multiple card things.
Then fade away. I just drawn every land in my deck, man. That's all I got.
Yeah. Loving
You
that's
gotta
all
beat
I
his
got.
ass, man. You gotta beat his ass down, Austin.
I'm gonna try. As long as he can draw fucking lands, it's a pretty easy victory for me.
Yeah.
Gotta wait it out, you know. I said, remember
'Cause if he
that.
kills me through cowardice and then also wins, that's too much.
I said, remember that. You jerk.
I had to kill you, Nick. I'm sorry. You were gonna kill me. I had no other means of escape.
Because you're the one that started the whole thing.
Well, yeah.
start.
You didn't have any creatures. I had to. That's what my goblins do. They fight.
What a bunch of weird logic.
They're fighters. They fight. You know.
Hey, you were defenseless, so I had to attack you, and now that you have a defense, I also have to attack you. Well, it seems like I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't, huh?
Well, I mean, if like you had a defense, sort of.
When I had no creatures.
I don't know exactly what to do here.
I don't know what the suggest. I think the suggestible move is to take it. Yeah, I mean,
either way, I'm dead next turn.
no, my 1/3 can't attack.
No,
so...
I lose. Yeah. Oh, your 1/3 can't attack. Okay.
Yeah,
So I have one.
Turn.
I've been getting a lot of lands the past 5 turns. So.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
what you
so-
mean. The past like 15 turns.
Yeah, it's great. It's very enjoyable getting all.
I won this game by not doing anything again, so I can't really be proud of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if I wasn't down to 6 health, I wouldn't have.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Oh, time warp.
Oh, all right, I lose. Yeah.
Victory
Fucking
secured.
Time warp. Oh god, time warp's the worst.
I hate these decks.
Yeah, me too. What's annoying is like,
Semi-draw.
like we're all red partly, so we all kind of use a lot of the same cards, which is kind of just annoying.
Let's see what I get. Wasn't really anything exciting.
Yeah, whatever, you win.
Yeah.
I
I'm
got
gonna draw it
second.
out.
I took you out, or took Nick out rather. I guess
I'll take
there's
you out.
yeah, there's no reason to even block.
Yeah. Spare the gutter snipe, man.
And look, it was that fucking thing that I killed early on too.
Yeah.
If I hadn't killed that early on, that original one would have been so stompy. Oh god, that would have like wrecked my face.
Get wrecked, nerd.
Yeah, basically. Well, I had no out. I took it. I lost like what, 15 health in 1 turn. I got
Yeah, that
boned
was a
up.
good move.
Yeah, it
I like
was.
that move.
Oh,
Got
I figured
boned up
I had
real
to
good.
play that turn, or I was never going to get another opportunity to actually use it to do a bunch of damage. Because pretty much whenever I have that card, it's like somebody's going to block some shit. So it was
Yeah.
all direct.
Yeah, no. I mean, it was a good move, but it forced my hand into destroying you.
Oh, you were going to
My
do that
flank.
anyway.
Maybe. I don't know if like I had to keep. Like if I didn't have 6 health, I probably wouldn't have used my flyer because my flyer was my only defense line, really. So, and I definitely wouldn't have flung, for sure. So,
I feel like that flung. I feel like you should have like.
You probably didn't need
saved
to
an
use the
extra
fling.
turn. Yeah, because I don't think he was gonna kill you on the next turn.
I wasn't. I didn't have shit. Everything you saw was what I had out.
yeah, you're probably
I wasn't
right.
gonna attack
But
at
the
that
thing
point.
is, if
Then
he
you coulda-
gets but if he gets like volcanic butthole, then
I don't have that.
I lose. Oh well, I didn't know that. You have instant damage in your deck though, don't
I
you?
do, but I don't have that one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either way, like if I only had 6 health, like you could have like
Most
if you
instant I could have done
or-
was 3 damage.
or if you had just drawn another one of those take over my creatures, I lose. Like that, I wouldn't
I
have
had
blocked.
to take over the creature, I had an exile card, and I have 3 direct damages as good as I can do, and I didn't have any of those.
Yeah, well, I chose to take you out so that I didn't rely on RNG, basically. Because, like, RNG could have just meant I lose at any point. I just
But
wanted
by
to be
using
safe.
your fling, you got rid of your best creature, which meant that you couldn't win anymore.
Maybe. But, I mean, like, what if...
It brought your chances of winning quite
It's
low.
still
It
RNG
did.
in the other direction. It's just changing it over to Austin instead of me.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, I have one less enemy that's attacking me by taking you out, though. Rather than the other way around. Because, like, the other way, it would have been less safe, it would have been riskier to not kill you with the fling, but it could have potentially paid off, but it also could have potentially fucked me, so, you know.
No, I feel like you're a filthy casual and you got wrecked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, basically.
Casual.
You beat me with like 1/1 creatures and your stupid time warp. Honestly, like you would have killed me with time warp though. Now that I think about it, if you just drew that as you did, because I had 6 health anyway, so I would have just lost the time warp.
Yeah.
But he might not have wanted to attack you with the time warp since I was still alive, see?
Maybe.
It would have depends on who had what at that point, for sure.
Yeah.
Just use your time warp
Anything
now.
could have
with the C
happened.
back.
We never would have known.
Split time into 2 directions using
It's
our
true.
fork.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna use this fork to eat some more chicken.
Chicken, yeah.
Don't use your fork to make chicken.
Jerkin. Well, that's
Make
a totally
jerk
different
jerk
subject.
chicken.
It's not gonna-
I like jerk chicken. Jerk chicken is delicious.
Dude, chicken's a jerk, man. I don't know why. You keep...
Chickens are jerks. They're like real jerks, and I don't like them. But
They're
jerk
really
seasoning.
cocky.
They are. I get it. It's a pun. You made a pun-based humor. But yeah, I don't know. On the front of like, if it's like $5 a month from like EA, Activision,
Whoa,
like
you jumped.
2K. Well, no, I wanted to go back because like we stopped that.
Greatest segue all the years.
Well,
Rob
we-
Alpaca Patrol.
we
just
stopped talking
randomly
about it.
launches back into a conversation we
Well,
ended
we-
20 minutes ago.
$5 for jerk chicken? I'd go for that. That sounds pretty. Oh, EA access. All right, never mind.
no, but like, cause I stopped talking about that because I was making a math decision. But like, but yeah, no, like if it's like $5 a month for like all EA games, all
It's not all EA
Activision games,
It's like 4 of them.
well, see, that's the problem. Like if it's not that's where it would be shitty. Is if it doesn't apply to like new games that are coming out, then yeah, that'd be bad.
You don't get, though, that every time we give them the A-OK on any crazy decision they want to try and mess with the market and bend payment styles, they're just getting another step into how can we exploit our audience more. And they will take every possible step to do that. So if you give them an H, they're going to take a fucking mile.
Yeah, but I mean, if it is exactly what they're saying that it is, where you get all
Nothing
the
is
games,
what they're
that's-
saying it is. It
No,
always
I know.
starts easy and gets bad.
But well, yeah, but I mean, like even so, like if it's like that, then that's not a bad system. If it's like that, but I mean that depends on whether or not it's like that.
Have you not seen the millions of times on Reddit where people are like, well, you know it's us that caused all these problems by voting with our dollars and giving them the A-OK on every crazy thing they came up with? I see that shit, and it's true. So
Yeah.
let's just stop saying everything's cool.
Well, but yeah, but I mean, like in this case, I wouldn't. I'm not the man who would have backed like online passes. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that was really
Yeah.
exploitative and shitty. But this actually seems like it could be like if I'm getting the value of multiple $60 games for $5 a month, then that's value to me. And if it's value to them too, then it's a symbiotic relationship. If it's not, and it's like you pay $5 a month for the old games, then it's like, all right, that's all right, I guess. But I guess I just won't vote with my dollar. I won't buy it.
Look at the value of video games. When they come out, they're $60. That lasts for roughly, what, a month and a half, 2 months, 3 months tops?
Not necessarily. I mean, you look at Call of Duty. Call of Duty 4 is still like $40 or $30 or something. So like
Only because it's artificial worlds that they're allowed to create the pricing schemes for. Anywhere where the market lets you set the price, it's not that expensive, no. At GameStop, you can get it for $5 probably at this point.
Well, used probably, yeah.
Yes,
but,
used.
Yeah.
But in a place where there is no used, where they get to control the market and set artificial price values, that's
Well,
what they've chosen to do.
then you should be
Doesn't
bad
mean
at
their
Steam,
shit's
too.
worth that value.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, I mean, a thing's value is just its perceived value. So like
I know.
if people perceive
But they
that Call
control
of
the
Duty's still
perception.
well, yeah, and that's if people buy the $40 Call of Duty 4, then they're gonna keep selling it at $40. Like that's just how it is. I'm not gonna do that. But if it's $5 a month and I get to play all their entire library and the new stuff, that's pretty good. Like that's actually not bad. I like Netflix. I think Netflix is a good thing, not a bad thing.
And what happens when fucking Ubisoft and every other publisher you think of start doing the same thing? You're
Well,
gonna be
like I
paying
said-
$70 a month for access to video games?
Well, look at it, the reverse. The reverse is right now I pay $60 a month to play the new hotness 1 month to the next, and it's one game versus what it
But
could
why
be
even
potentially
buy that?
more
Like,
than
the
that.
game's usually bad anyway.
What?
And
Well, no, I mean
The
for me,
$60
like,
hot game, Watch Dogs, not worth $60. What
I
was
never
before
pay
that?
$60 for video games
you pay
anymore.
$5 for Watch Dogs instead. If that system is what it is, that would be better, wouldn't it?
The idea is also that you'd be able to play it when you want to, not that you have to continue to pay for it every month if you want to continue to play it later, which is kind of a different value.
I don't know if it is it like. I assume it's like that. I guess yeah.
It
has
pretty
to
much
be like
has
that.
to be. They're
Yeah.
not going to give you 5 games for $5.
That's true. But I mean, how many times, like, how many games, like, then you could weigh on your own front of, like, how many games do I want to play 10 months from now? Because if it's a game like Madden or FIFA or something, like, like for Madden, I'll play that for a couple of months, and if that means I spend $15 on Madden rather than $65 on Madden, that's pretty good value to me. Like, that sounds like a pretty good value proposition. But that is entirely if, my whole opinion is based entirely if they actually give you the new games. If they don't do that, then it's like, okay, I won't vote with my dollar, I won't buy it. Because that's a bad idea, because I don't want it.
The thing I have in front of me says subscribers will be given access to free monthly games, members-only discounts, and the ability to play the hottest new EA releases up to 5 days before everyone else.
Right, yeah. See, the part where it says the discounts, that's the one that irks me, because that's like, okay, so they're probably
going to raise everything else and make that the normal way to do it.
Yeah, well, it's probably going to be like well, I don't think they're going to raise the prices, but I think what they're going to do is they're going to give you the old shit, and then when the new game comes out, you have to pay $60, but, oh, there's a 10% discount, so, like, it's like $10 off, so you get $5 in savings, technically, since you already pay $5 a month, which is not a very good deal, and I wouldn't buy that. But if it was $5 for all their new stuff, then that's good, I think. And if it is that it's like,
I don't see them doing that though.
I don't see them doing it either, but maybe it's beneficial. I don't know. It's possible. It's possible that that's a good thing.
Something like
yeah. I don't know.
Good.
I don't give them any fucking trust anymore is the point. I will not say that they can take this concept and make it good somehow, because it won't be good. And then we're gonna kick ourselves that we didn't say it was shitty in the first place.
Well, I didn't go ahead and pre-order the EA Access yet. I don't know. I want to see what it's like before I. But like I said, if it is $5, I get new Madden, I get new Battlefield, I get new whatever, all that stuff, and it's $5 a month, and I get all that new for the $5 cost. That's a good value proposition for me. Like, that's pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna play Battlefield more than a month. I'm not really, like, I could go back to it, but at the end of the day, if I do want to go back to it and I don't want to pay the $5 a month again or something, how much did I spend on the game initially? $5? Like, well, how is that totally different from, like, what Blockbuster used to do with video games, or even, like, GameFly, what they do, where you rent a game? Like, it's not terribly different, except it's a very specific, like, album of games.
It's because they're going to try to get you nickel and dimed out through a long period of time, and they're going to make back much more than the $60 purchase that you would have made in the first place, if that's even the case, because most of those times they drop in price.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, that's...
They'll have the ability to choose what bundle of games, what catalog you get to pick, and they'll be the ones that are the arbiters of whether or not they're worth getting.
Well,
so they'll find a way to strategically position them so you'll want it even though you don't.
Yeah. But I'm not totally against choice, honestly. Like, if it's presented to me where it's like, hey, here's some game that you never... Like, Xbox gave away Dark Souls 1 for free, right? Or not for free, but with Xbox Live Gold or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Recently. So that, yes, people paid a monthly cost and they got a free game out of it. And they could play it, and new people got a game that they never would have potentially opened it up to a whole audience of people. Like, I know my cousin, actually, never played Dark Souls, never heard of Dark Souls, had Xbox Live Gold because he's like a super Xbox fanboy, totally loves Dark Souls, bought Dark Souls 2, probably going to play everything that From Software makes. He was never going to experience that game, but because it was just shown to him or thrust in his face, because they said, hey, you might like this, look at this. He likes it now.
That argument doesn't work for EA.
Well, maybe. I mean, maybe.
You think they need help promoting their game series?
No, but I mean, like, maybe people will try FIFA or something and find that they actually really like the franchise mode, because it is actually really good. Like, and it's something that I think a lot of gamers are very cynical about sports games and how shitty they are, and they're not really for the most part. Like, a lot of them are really good. And the franchise mode is
shitty.
legitimately
it's that you
good.
pay $60 for a new one that doesn't.
And it's the same game every time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you know, what's Assassin's Creed? What's Battlefield? Same thing too. Like, you're paying $60 for new maps.
Yeah, and I think those are bad too.
Yeah, I think those are shitty. Like, but people aren't cynical about that. People are like, yeah, I want to do Battlefield.
They really are.
As cynical as they are about sports games. Do they levy the same the argument usually levied against sports games is like, why would I want to go play football in a video game if I could just go play football outside? Like, nobody goes like, why would I want to shoot people in a video game when I could just shoot people outside? Like, it's not
the argument I hear. It's every year is, okay, they didn't change any shit in Madden at all. It's the same exact game, and they just changed the rosters. That's really the argument that I hear.
And how many copies of Battlefield do you have?
Do I personally have?
Yeah.
3 and 4.
Yeah, and Austin?
I have 3.
And, like, what about Call of Duty?
I have a bunch of those.
Yeah, I have a bunch of those too. And you know what? It's the same game every time. They just remake it, right? Fucking The Last of Us. They just came out with a new HD remake, and nobody's talking about how shitty it is that they went back and remade it. Like, a few people are.
they are saying that,
A
actually.
few people, but that's not the main thing. Most people, like the majority of people on Twitch are watching The Last of Us again. So, like, it's like, okay, that's fine that's your argument against sports games being shitty, is that they make the same game every year. But half the game franchises in the industry are like that.
This is a weird argument, because I completely agree with you on all that, so we're not actually at odds.
Yeah, no, I like, it's
I
just...
also think that's bullshit.
Well, but what I'm saying is, like, people won't initially jump into even one entry in the series. If they're all the same, then you can jump into Madden 12, right, which is probably like $1. Like, you go get it for $1, because those games, sports games, get so devalued so quickly. And see if you like it. You might actually like it, you know? But people won't do it because it's like, oh, sports game, it's not a real game for real gamers. Like, what? It's this weird elitist mentality that gamers have, that they can't play sports because sports people feel the same way about people playing video games. And it's weird. It's just weird.
Well, it goes in both directions, right? Because if I tried to play Madden and I went online, people would be shit-talking me to no end, and I wouldn't find that to be very fun.
Well, I mean, that's
You know,
just the nature
I'm not part of the sports
competitive
culture.
games.
I'm not interested in that stuff, so I don't know what I'm talking about. So obviously people are going to be angry at me for trying to attempt to be.
Not necessarily. I know a lot of streamers on Twitch, actually, who streamed MLB The Show when that came out, and I really liked watching that, actually, because you know what? Like, the single-player franchise mode, where, like, you play as one character and you move up through the ranks and join different teams and stuff, and it's a fucking RPG. Like, it's fun to watch. Like, it's
Dude,
and it's fun to play.
I streamed Ibn Ab with Ryan today on the NLSS, and people were shit-talking us to the ends of the earth because we couldn't solve a puzzle in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So of course they're going to talk shit about sports
Oh, of
games.
course they... Yeah, I know that they are going to, but I'm just saying that usually the heated vitriol that is directed towards sports games is usually misplaced, because it's usually not the right things to be mad about. Now, granted, if you wanted to give shit to Madden about, like Madden is not a good example, because Madden is a bad game. Because Madden
is going to be in that bundle.
Yeah, Madden is going to be on that bundle. But the thing is it the new Madden, or is it the old Madden? If it's the old Madden, I don't give a shit. If it's the new Madden, then, alright, $5 is pretty good, because I'll play it for as long as I want to play it.
2014.
Yeah, no, it's the Madden 25, which is the one last year. That's what they say it is already in there. But if it's like a discount, I mean, hell, if it's like a 50% discount for $5 a month too, then that's pretty good. But if it's like a 10% discount or like a $10 discount, then it's like, okay, I get $5 off for paying $5 a month, which is not a very good value proposition for me. But if it's like 50% off, and like Madden is like $30, then at the end of the day, I'm paying for the game that I want for $35 instead of $65, you know? And that's still a good value proposition.
It just only works when it's the game that you want, though. Like,
Yeah.
if this became the way that they structured it all the time, and I know that I don't have any proof to say that this will become that way, but I just feel like I'm pretty sure it will, if it's successful, then they'll eventually start bundling games you don't want in with the games that you do want, and then all of a sudden it'll be really weird and shitty.
Is that so bad? Look at the orange box. Portal only became popular because it was bundled in with Team Fortress 2, and people played Portal. What? Like,
I thought Portal was more popular than the orange box in general.
It was, but no one was excited about Portal before it came out.
You're thinking of Team Fortress 2.
No. The orange box was initially marketed for Team Fortress 2, not for Portal. Portal was not a hyped game when it was being initially released. Only after it was released and it was bundled in with TF2 and the other stuff in the orange box, which was Half-Life 2 Episode 1 as well. When it was bundled in with that stuff and people played it and were like, oh, this game's actually really good. And people found out that they liked Portal because it was bundled together.
To the way I really remembered it being that's how they introduced Team Fortress to console, and because they wanted you to buy Half-Life 2 with the expansion packs, and also you get Portal, and also you get that. So that's what started to segue people into being interested into Team Fortress. Eventually it went free to play, then everybody was angry because they paid for the console version or whatever, and now it was free.
That's not how it went down.
My memory of the situation.
That's not what happened, because people were really excited for Team Fortress 2, because they had Team Fortress 1 years ago, and they were really excited to see Team Fortress 2. Huh?
I thought it... whatever.
Well, I don't know. I distinctly remember the whole thing was no one was pumped or hyped for Portal. Portal was like a side project game that Valve kind of made for the sake of things. Like the original Portal technology was in Gary's mod, and then they eventually just made a game out of it, and it was like. Yeah, it was kind of cool, and people liked it, but they weren't buying the orange box for Portal initially. At least the PC release. I don't know about the consoles. I didn't like maybe the console release came out afterwards, and people were excited.
They
for
even
Portal.
they sold it separately as an Xbox Live Arcade game for Portal, so I thought there was plenty of demand for Portal, and I remember being quite hyped for it more than actually Team Fortress at all.
Oh, I mean, maybe that was on consoles. I don't know. I don't know if it released differently or later than on PC.
Well, I thought the whole point of Orange Box was for consoles because PC could just buy the games on Steam.
No.
You okay there?
I'm just like looking at it right now.
I think Rob just died, guys.
I'm
I thought
just
that was a
looking
researching voice. That's when you look at a website.
No, see here, look. I even look at the orange box art, and it says featuring Half-Life 2, Episode 2, Team Fortress 2, and then on the bottom, at the bottom of the billing, is and introducing Portal. Like it was for Half-Life 2, Episode 2. It was for Team Fortress 2 being brought together, and
I actually forgot why.
Here we go.
Relevant.
Portal was a surprise favorite of the Orange Box, receiving widespread praise in several Game of the Year's awards. So it was a surprise. It wasn't supposed to be popular, but it became very popular for being very good. And the reason it was relevant is because you said it's negative that they bundle in a bunch of shit that you don't want with the $5 a month thing. And I said, look at Portal. Portal was a really good that was bundled in with all this other stuff that people were really hyped about, and they weren't necessarily hyped about Portal. But then Portal became a very popular franchise in and of itself. It stand on its own two legs and became very strong and was a very good game. So if that means that maybe EA, Ubisoft did the, Child of Light, which isn't necessarily in line, or like Rayman, which wasn't necessarily in line with, Assassin's Creed or something, these $200-300 million games. But if they had, that access system, maybe Child of Light or other things that are smaller studio games, bundled in with other stuff, more people will actually play them that they wouldn't have played before. And then you could potentially have entirely new IPs, because it's easy to sell them this way, because you don't have to generate hype on your own.
More money.
Well, honestly, yeah. The reason that we don't have new IPs ever is because it's a lot of risk. If they spend a lot of money on a game that there's no hype for because it's a new IP, it's a big amount of risk, because what if it doesn't sell very well? That's pretty common, that a new IP doesn't sell very well, and then all of a sudden, no one wants to take any risks on these games anymore.
I think the reason is actually because they're bloated and lazy, and they have way too much going on that they need to just keep pumping money back into, and they can't seem to conceptualize of making shit with a smaller budget than $20 million.
$20 million is a pretty small budget.
Okay, but I'm talking about from the perspective of an indie developer.
Any developer can do what he wants, really. I mean, the indie developer is different. I'm saying, a smaller game made by EA or Ubisoft.
They can increase their profit margins by simply making their budget smaller, if that's what they're really concerned about, and they are. And yet they don't. They just pass along the non-savings to us.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think honestly, I think the reason that they make Call of Duty every year is because it's safe, not because of whatever. They know it's going to sell X amount of copies.
Because they're bloated and lazy.
Yeah, but I mean, look at look at Homefront, right? They spent $100 million on that game, tanked, no money at all, didn't make shit, and you know what? That studio went under, and then that's like a blot on the let's say a blemish on their record, being like, hey, maybe we shouldn't make another new IP. Maybe we should just make Call of Duty again, because it's safe.
Are they making another Homefront game?
Actually, Homefront, the IP just got bought by Deep Silver, so that's the front on Homefront.
On.
What?
So you have a demonstrable proof that this concept failed, and we're gonna go and do another one.
What do you mean? I mean, I'm saying that it's demonstrable proof that new IPs are risky, and that demonstrates that new IPs are risky.
Yeah, it's a new IP, but what the fuck
did
they expect to happen
of
with
100,000 other ideas?
Yeah.
Another shooter with
Okay,
The
Brink.
same ideas of a million
It's like,
other
which
games.
shade of gray can we produce that you'll lap up? Oh,
Brink,
we did this
Watch
one.
Dogs. Here, those are most recent examples. There you go. Those are new IPs, and they tanked as well. Like they didn't do well at all. They didn't sell
Another
well.
game that's very similar to other games of its kind that had nothing new to offer.
Yeah, exactly. That was a
But that's not
safe
a new IP.
That was a
I mean,
that is a
Brink?
new IP. Yeah, Brink. Or yeah,
Brink failed because it was a terrible game, though.
Oh, maybe it was, but
Like,
maybe
it just mechanically didn't work very well. And I played it. I actually owned 2 copies of it.
I never. Why'd you own 2 copies of it if it was trash?
Because I got it for like $3 at GameStop, and then I got it on PC at some point. I don't even know why. I think I barely paid like $5 for both of them.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. It's probably bad, but I mean, again, it's a new IP. It's risky. And the risk did not pay off in that case. How many times does risk pay off in these IPs? Like Call of Duty, even Call of Duty 4 just blew up, and that was already a well-selling game for Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3. So it was already like the people in charge of like EA and Activision who are going to spend $100 million on a game, they're going to put money down on something that is going to guarantee returns. They're always going to do the safest thing because they're spending a lot of money. Now, that means that generally we don't get new IPs, but I'm saying that this system with like a $5 a month thing could mean that they will take more risks because they know that people will play them, and then it's a lot safer to make a smaller game because you can potentially generate a new audience.
Another way to mitigate risk is also not to bet as big, and that's what reducing your budgets can do. And you'd be surprised how much quality shit can be created with a smaller budget. They just choose not to because they want to do the safe thing.
I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know, like how well did Child of Light sell? Let's see, let's find out. I don't know if that did well. Child of Light.
I mean, even the AAA studios are making basically indie games with huge budgets now, which is bizarre. And I'm not faulting them for it, because at least they're not creatively bankrupt, but I've seen so many goddamn bad games with crazy huge budgets.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what the budget... I mean, Child of Light, the budget had to be tiny. Budget. Alright, let's see.
And Valiant Hearts is another one.
Yeah, Valiant Hearts is another example. I don't know how well that sold. I know it was critically received well.
And why don't we start caring a little bit more about if it's critically received well and original? Nobody seems to care about that shit anymore. The only reason they care is because if it's not critically received well, then nobody will buy it and no money. But it's not like they care about it for the sake of the actual integrity of the project.
Yeah, because it's people who have money making these things, not people who are passionate about their thing. You know?
And that's what I wish we could change. And a way to do that is to make the budget smaller because there's less people involved.
I don't know. I think you're having too high hopes for people with money. Like,
and
there's
that's
no
enabling
reason...
it. Everybody
Not
that says
really.
it's okay because we just want it to keep going this way because what are we going to do? It's too big to change? Just start changing shit. Just say you don't like it.
The only way that's going to happen is if people stop buying it. And people keep buying Call of Duty because people like Call of Duty. And I don't think there's anything wrong with people liking Call of Duty. Like, if they like Call of Duty, fine. They like Call of Duty. You're not going to stop people from buying things. You know? Like, it's only going to change if it needs to change. And right now, it's making money. And it doesn't need to change for them. So it's not going to change. But I'm saying that this is, like, potentially a step in the right direction if it's done right. And that depends on whether or not it is done right. Which, yes, past history would tell me that it's probably not going to be done right. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe it will. That doesn't mean I'm going to buy it day one. But I'll see. I'm not gonna immediately condemn an opportunity before it begins. Because Netflix is a good idea. Netflix is a good thing. I like Netflix. I enjoy Netflix. It makes it so that I don't have to pirate things. You know?
Yeah. It just sucks when you want something like on Netflix and then they don't have it. And then because Netflix exists, maybe you don't have another way to get it easily. And I'm just seeing all of these different models kind of converging in this thing where just like all of my money goes in my bank account and goes back out every month.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day,
I just want to buy games. I don't want to pay a subscription for games.
I want to move away from DRM, not further embrace it, is what I'm kind of after.
Well, then
this is another way of kind of enforcing DRM.
The way
like
to move
super
away
DRM.
from, if you really, really, really hate DRM, And I'm being totally honest with you. If you guys really hate
You're gonna tell me to not
DRM,
use Steam?
stop
Rob?
using Steam.
Fuck off.
That's true. What? That you don't own any of those games. That's all Steam DRM.
I'm completely aware of that, but I don't have another option.
Well, there you go. You stopped buying retail and started buying digital because it's convenient. I don't have a problem with convenience as long as it's done well and Steam does it well. If people take the example of Steam, then I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with Steam. I'm perfectly fine with not technically owning any of my games because I can play them whenever I want, however I want, on any computer I want, because it's a very convenient system and it's at a reasonable price. Yes, it's DRM. Yes, I don't own the games, but still, like if you really hated it, then you would go out and you'd buy retail copies instead. Like that's
You know how many games that I couldn't buy retail copies of that exist in my Steam library?
There are probably lots of them now, but I mean that has to do with
85 to 90% of them actually.
Yeah, and what do you think DRM has done for, or Steam DRM has done for indie games? It has made indie games actually popular because they don't have to incur the costs of printing discs. That's a good thing. That you can't get retail copies of like Volgar the Viking or I don't know,
some of
Binding
them,
of
there's
Isaac.
actually a website that's trying to make physical copies for games that don't have them, but that's kind of besides the point, because my argument as far as why I don't like DRM is because there is a single person, even if there is a single person, and I know there's many people, that have had their accounts hacked, then had a VAC ban from somebody selling shit on Counter-Strike, and then they lose their entire account.
Yeah.
And they can't get any of their shit back.
And that's
I think
shitty.
That's fucking stupid.
That is really shitty. But you know what? That is like, you made that choice to buy your games on Steam.
No, the culture that we live in made the choice for that to be acceptable, not me as an individual.
No, it's not that it's acceptable, it's that it's good. You think you don't like
It's
Steam?
good
Do you
for
not
some
like
people
Steam?
in certain situations, not for all people in all situations.
It's good for me. I like Steam. Steam works
Until
well
you
for
get
me.
your account banned, then it's
Yeah.
not so good for you.
Well, yeah, then it's shitty. But I mean, I could also lose all my games in a fire if they're in retail. I mean, that's
Okay, a
that could be
fire you
problem
might
too.
not have been able to prevent, but a fucking bunch of numbers that are enabled by someone in a server farm somewhere, that can be prevented. That is where human elements become part of the whole thing.
How can that be prevented?
If somebody sees that your account was banned from actions that weren't yours because they can track the IPs and they know that someone in fucking Russia took your account, they can give you your shit back if they just want to.
And I think Steam actively tries to do that too.
I've still seen plenty of stories where they didn't.
Yeah, but I mean, that's anecdotal evidence. You'd have to really see a percentage and statistics on how many people were able to actually get their stuff back versus how many people had horror stories about Steam not getting all their accounts. Really, you have to go statistically on that. And for the most part, I think statistically, most people operate on Steam with a huge library of games without issue. Yes, that's a possibility. That is a possibility. Yes, you can lose your entire Steam library if you get fucked in a series of unfortunate events, but at the same time, a fire could show you getting an electrical fire in your room if you had retail copies instead, or you could scratch the discs in the machine, or you can knock over your console or your computer while the disc is in there and you fuck up your copy too. Like, it's the same thing. You always incur risk, but Steam making it convenient and easy for me to purchase and play my games, I think is a good thing. And I am perfectly comfortable with giving away the right to technically own my games to Steam because it provides a convenient and affordable service to me. And it allows other companies, like small indie studios, to actually make their games without having to worry about publishers or having to worry about printing their games on discs. I think in that case, DRM is working well. Now, DRM can work obviously very poorly as well in a lot of really horrible situations like Diablo or SimCity, where they always make you go always online. Okay, yeah, that's totally fucked up. But the way that Steam does it is right. And if Steam does it right and other people get that example and start trying to be more like Steam, I don't have a problem with that, really. I don't have a big problem with that, personally.
Well, EA has not chosen to go in that direction, and they've demonstrated a number of times through their actions that they really don't give a shit how good customer service works and how this is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with the way Steam does shit, but I've been able to turn a blind eye to it because I have gotten so much value out of it.
Yeah.
If shit goes bad for me, I'm going to be really pissed.
Yeah, and rightfully pissed, yeah, obviously. Like, that's fucked up, that sucks. But at the same time, like, you also incur risks with retail. And I think, honestly, I I do not look back fondly on the days in which I had to carry a huge library of games above my head and have to take out the discs and put them back in the case and take them out of my drive and put them back in. Like, I don't look back fondly on those days. Not at all. I like the way that Steam is now. It makes my life a whole lot easier for playing games.
I just don't understand how you can incur risk the same way, comparing it to a fire or shit being stolen from your house, because that's like a physical issue. With Steam, you have a bunch of codes that are just there. Like, there's no risk involved there.
Why is stealing?
You have them.
Why is stealing different physically to digitally? It's the same thing. You get your things stolen from you both ways, right?
Digitally, it's endlessly replicable. It's just up to them whether or not they choose to give it back to you.
Yeah,
Nobody loses anything when something is stolen digitally. It's just copied.
Okay, but what happens if you lose your disc in the physical world? Can you go and call EA and be like, "Hey, I got my Madden disc stolen. Are you gonna give me a new one?" That's the same thing. It's not different.
It doesn't cost them a penny to generate another Steam key for all the games you lost.
I don't know about that necessarily. I mean, it's still risk, and that's it doesn't necessarily cost them as like a great deal of a consequential amount of money to send you another disc either, but it does as far as like manpower. Like the only thing is the cost of the disc, and that's not a consequential amount. It's really more that whether or not people are pulling the wool over your eyes, whether your Steam account was banned or not. And again, like I said, yeah, there are horror stories. And I'm sure that people have gotten totally fucked over on Steam. I'm sure. But you really have to see if it's more likely that you will get fucked over or won't in that case. And I don't know if it is more likely that you'll get fucked over or not fucked over. I don't know. I don't know which one. Honestly.
I just don't think it needs to be about whether or not it's more likely, because for them, it doesn't cost them anything for it to even have any likelihood. They could just make it good in all cases. It's just up to them how they want to be the arbiters of judgment, you know? They can't have a fucking court case about it, I suppose.
Well, I want to use a real-life example of a company that does do that kind of thing willy-nilly and based on the honor system, where they don't investigate and they just accept that you're a thing, and that it's a program that we use a lot, and it's a program that has directly affected me in a negative way. If you guys remember a few months ago, you guys know what I'm talking about?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't want to say it because I don't want to incur the wrath of that actually happening again to me, because I don't.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay. And the way they do the system is it's on the honor system. If you have certain information, it's like, okay, here you go. There you go. Enjoy. Like they don't investigate. They're just like, okay, there you go. Now, if Steam did that, then yeah, it's exploitable like it is in that program. And it exploited me in a very negative way. You know? So like there are negatives to both sides of the coin in that front, whether or not they will actively just be like, yeah, here's an entire library of games again back for you, enjoy.
Yeah, but you're saying that there's loopholes in security though, and what I'm saying is there are plenty of ways where you can make a very close to infallible security situation, provided no one literally goes to your house and steals your cell phone. And that's a different case. I'm saying if you have like a two-step security verification and you can prove that it was you and that shit happened to you that was bad and they still choose not to help you, which I've heard that story like 5 or 6 times, there's no excuse for them not to help you at that point.
But you realize that's anecdotal evidence, right? Like, we don't know the actual numbers.
I realize it's anecdotal, but I've also had my account stolen before, and I could have very easily seen how it could have happened.
Yeah, on Steam? And they didn't help you?
They did help me.
Oh,
but it was really scary for the 3 days where they didn't reply to me.
I'm sure that is, but I mean, you also have anecdotal evidence in defense of them, it seems, right now. So, like, on as far as anecdotal evidence is concerned, the two sides seem pretty equal. Like, yeah, there are horror stories of people getting fucked over, and I'm sure that has happened. Like, I don't doubt that I wouldn't say that was like some people lying or something.
Right.
But at the same time, like, you incur risk with any model. That's all I'm saying, is any model, you incur a risk. That's just the nature of purchasing things. But I think Steam provides a service that is convenient enough for me to be willing to give away actual ownership of the things that I purchase on their service. In the same way that I'm comfortable with giving away my ability to technically own any of the TV shows or movies that I'm watching on Netflix. I pay a service, and I get to watch them when I want, and if I stop paying that service, I don't get to watch them anymore. I'm okay with giving that away to them, because they provide a convenient service that affords me a huge library of things that I might not have seen on my own, or without their service being there. You know? That's why I think Netflix is good, and that's also why I think Steam is good. Now, I'm not saying that EA's Access thing is gonna be like that, but if it's going towards that, then I don't think that's bad. Honestly. I mean, it's all... We know... The writing's been on the wall for years now, though, too, isn't it? Like, we knew that everything was gonna go digital for years now. Like, that's gonna happen. That's just gonna happen.
We basically willed it into existence.
Yeah. But that's the nature of things. It's gonna happen. And hey, if you wanted
just kept saying, well, we don't really want this, but we know it's gonna happen, and then it happened because we kept saying it, so...
I mean, I want it. I'm fine. Like, I'm fine with digital copies of things. Like, I'm alright with that. I like Steam.
You have to take into account that everyone has made it much easier for you to accept this concept by willing to try to make that happen in every possible way that they could with all their money. So it's like, obviously the people will follow the course of least resistance, and if the companies are on board, it doesn't really matter what you want anymore. It's just gonna happen.
I don't know. It was different for me, and here I'll explain why. I have used Steam since it came out, day one, right? And the reason that I did that is because Counter-Strike, when they moved from 1.5 to 1.6, they forced you to use Steam, and I hated Steam.
Yeah,
when I was
hated
younger,
Steam too.
I hated it because it was bloated and shitty, and it was awful. But slowly they made the service better, and the service that I previously hated was not one, like, did not win my heart and mind through attrition, but through actually good service. And when I re-entered the realm of PC gaming, Steam was a good thing to me, and it actually made a lot of games that weren't previously accessible to me, and I liked the service afterwards. So it wasn't that the industry forced me because there was nothing else I could do, it was that I went back to it willingly because it seemed good, and it turned out good for me. You know?
And for me, my first experience was buying Half-Life 2 and getting it home, putting in my computer and saying, you need to install Steam, and then I installed Steam and it said my key was invalid.
Yeah.
Because someone stole
shitty.
it out of the retail box.
Oh, really? That sucks.
Someone had copied the key and already had redeemed it, so the copy of Half-Life 2 that I bought didn't have a key anymore. So that was like a really great introduction into DRM.
Yeah.
Thankfully, at the time, I worked at GameStop, so I was able to get another one fairly quickly, but...
That's good.
That would have been very frustrating if I didn't have that, and then the only reason that I kept with it is because I kept getting indie games for like $2.
Yeah.
So it kind of Trojan horsed its way into my world. Not that I necessarily wanted it to be there, but it was there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it provided... I mean, it's not... like, indie games are only popular now because of digital distribution. Before Steam was the premier place for indie games, what was the premier place for indie games? Xbox Live Arcade. Can't get retail copies of Xbox Live Arcade games either. The indie games only exist because of digital distribution, and I think that's a good thing. Like, I think that the digital distribution created a new market and a new library of things for me to play, and I like that. That's a good thing. I don't want to go out to GameStop when I want to buy Thomas Was Alone or, like, Binding of Isaac, because probably I wouldn't have seen it, because I'd have to go to the store as well to do it. You know? I don't know. I think moving towards digital distribution is a good thing for me, personally.
I just see all of the instances where every company I know about just keeps taking more and more of my personal information, and they're all susceptible to break-ins and leaks and shit, and it's becoming more and more required that I keep giving this information to everyone, and nothing is secure.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this is now a completely tangential argument that has almost nothing to do with what we were initially talking about, but it sort of is this, like, paranoid fear that I have in the back of my head that I just literally don't trust any companies at all.
Yeah.
Especially ones that have proven that I can't trust them. So, that's where I make that connection. Like, I don't want to lose my personal information. I don't want them to steal my games. I don't want any of this shit to go down bad roads that I don't have any control over. And the more and more time we spend, the less and less control I get. And the more everything costs.
Well, digital distribution has lowered costs of things for the most part.
And that's why they're trying to leverage it to make it more expensive in the long run. And that's why they're probably working on making bundles for shit we don't want. That's kind of where I'm seeing that coming from.
Yeah, I mean, they probably will make bundles for stuff that you don't know you want yet. Like I said, I'll give you the example of Portal and Dark Souls for my friend. Like, he never would have played Dark Souls. Like, he never would have played that game. Never would have found it. Never would have looked at it on his own.
I'm also a bit of an anomaly when it comes to consumer behavior, too, because I generally am pretty well informed. So,
No, well, yeah, that's the other thing, too.
Not a lot of times we're going to get blindsided by an EA game and go, wait a minute, I'd never heard of that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, you have to keep in mind, like, we're talking about the general gaming populace, which now is massive. Like, yes, people were way more informed. Like a larger percentage of the gaming of the gaming culture was informed 10, 15 years ago, but that's because the gaming culture was smaller. It was a niche hobby. Now it's huge and mainstream, and for the most part, I would imagine a large majority of them aren't informed about everything that's coming out all the time. You know, so and a lot of them are like Fred Durst, who they just play Call of Duty because that's popular and they know about Call of Duty and they're gonna play it. Yeah, I brought Fred Durst into this.
Fred Durst into this argument.
Fred Durst can always be brought into anything. I feel that's like my general.
I wonder if
philosophy
some
on
people
life.
actually kind of shelter themselves away from the amount of releases that there are just simply because they're overwhelmed. Like, how do you go from I play Call of Duty occasionally to I know about all of the 7,000 indie games that are released on Steam every day now?
Yeah, I think
that
YouTube's
jump is
part
hard
of it.
to make, and I can't even keep up with them, and I do this for a living.
Yeah. I mean, you know, YouTube helps with that because it's another system in which people can experience things that they otherwise wouldn't have experienced normally. They wouldn't have gone out and looked for something that they didn't know that they wanted yet.
Right.
But how do I? So when I played World of Warcraft, which is many years ago, this was like before the first expansion came out. They had
Alliance or Horde?
I think I was Alliance, but I also had more
Fucking nerds.
Yeah, I know.
Alliance for life.
Alliance for life, son. There's actually I can tell you a funny story about World of Warcraft, but it's totally tangential and I won't do it. The one story that I will tell you is they experimented initially, I don't know what it is now, but they experimented initially with a global chat system of the world chat or whatever, right? And what people would use this world chat for, or it's like group chat. It would be buying and selling, and also looking for groups, right? Looking for parties of like raids and dungeons. Yeah, and then while I was playing, what they did is people were complaining about it because they changed things, and you know, people on the internet always complain, and they complained about it and like, oh, it's stupid, it's like fogging up my chat thing or whatever, right? And then they took it away, and while it was going on, I would party up, like, there would be, like, looking for this class to go into this dungeon, and I would see that, and I'd be like, yeah, I'll do that. I didn't think that I wanted to do that until I saw that, but I saw it, and I say, hey, yeah, now I want that. And then when they took it away, I didn't party up for anything, and it was super hard to find groups for any of the dungeons, right? That's what I'm saying here. Giving me a system like YouTube or Steam, or a bundled system where I pay $5 a month and I'm just given, they just thrust into my face a bunch of games that I don't know I want yet. Maybe I find something that I do want. In those cases, in the case of like World of Warcraft, I found a bunch of things that I did want that I didn't know that I wanted yet.
But why does it have to be at the expense of consumer rights, is my point.
I don't see
why can't
how
we have
this...
both?
I don't
Not
know if
owning things is at the expense. Signing away your right to sue when you sign up for any service. I'm saying this whole slope is all of these things wrapped together.
Oh, no need to be racist here, Nick. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
But
I don't
no.
even get.
We've been arguing for like 40 minutes, and the thing that I'm most fucking mad about is saying that you are on Alliance, and that's just Like, come on.
I was a pally too. I was the most
guys
hated.
Oh, so you were even double scum.
Oh yeah, I was the
Fuck
most
the
hated.
orcs.
And actually, I was
Fuck
triple
you,
scum. You
okay?
know what else I
cow
did?
man. You can go kill. Fuck
You know what?
Sleep and poop.
I was triple scum. You want to know why I was triple scum? I was not only an alliance, I was not only paladin, but I was an alliance paladin engineer as well. So I did.
That was a Fury Warrior.
Huh?
Nobody likes them. Fury Warriors have no place in anywhere.
Oh yeah, nobody would use those. Those were shitty because they couldn't tank.
Fucking patch that one
They're
or two
terrible.
were-
No, but the
Yeah.
reason engineering was fucked up is because you'd have that. Well, I think it was like a goblin death machine, and it just did like fucking crazy damage. And I remember some like horde nerd was like trashing me at that one
fuck
place.
you. No,
Well,
fuck you.
No. Some horde nerd was like pissing, like he was just like, fucking pally, what a noob, and he was like 10 levels ahead of me, and he was like, yeah, and he was like,
scum.
and he was like, yeah, let me duel you, right? And I was like, okay, fine, let's duel, bro. 10 levels ahead of me, fucking wrecked his. Well, I didn't wreck him. It was really difficult, but it was still. I still beat him. Which by putting up like shields where he couldn't hit me and then charging up my death machine and
and we're like, oh, bitch, bubble, invincible because fuck you, balance.
You were gonna bubble Hearth in the middle of the fight. I knew it.
that would have been funny. No, I would just bubble up and use my crazy goblin laser, and he would just lose half his health, and it was great. It was amazing. I would just heal all the time. If he hit me, it would take out like 90% of my health, but he would just not hit me, which was great.
How is the fucking reason I would never play like fucking PvP? Like, like capture the flag on that. Well, I forget what the map's called, but it'd be like, oh, I'm the paladin. I got the flag. You can't touch me. I'm gonna bubble. See you later. Have a fuck you.
Yeah, yeah. Paladins are fun, man. And I made a level 19, PvP character that had all the best gear for level 19s at that time. I remember that. That was cool.
So
you had to get the super rare
alliance
stuff.
Pally,
Yeah, you're
scum.
pretty
Oh.
scummy,
Piece of
actually.
Yeah, I think the PvP character was a rogue. So yeah.
Oh, great. So much better. Right? Yeah.
I would gank the shit out of people. It was the greatest.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a great
World of
time.
Warcraft since was just being a dick.
Yeah, no, totally. Like that's exactly what I
It was
went
the
for.
dick exchange.
I was,
Yeah.
I was a tree. I heal people. I help people. Hey, fuck you.
That sounds great. Yeah, it sounds like
You're
a
a
lot of
druid.
fun being a big cow.
How druid?
Yeah. You were a druid? Druids didn't do anything.
Druids fucking healed and made sure your ass survived for anything.
No, they didn't. You got a priest because druids sucked at healing.
Yeah, you can't res with a druid.
Yeah.
Play around the same time. Druids were top tier healers when I played.
Druids were not top tier healers at any point
Man,
before Burning
and fucking
Crusade.
stacking restoration and rejuvenation.
I can't even handle this entire conversation we just had. Like the whole thing, all the way back.
Kids
Yeah.
dying, but it's wild growth. Suck my dick. Everyone's fully healed. So what's
I don't
up,
ever
man?
remember any of the spell names, to be
I
totally honest with you.
Don't want to read the comments of this video.
Do you think they're gonna make it this far? Do you honestly
Pretty
think?
great.
Somebody's gonna scoop loops at the end of this. I know it.
It's a podcast, man. It's like that's what we do, bro. Also, yeah,
You call someone a horde nerd, and we're like, why am I still listening to this?
fucking horde nerd. He started it. He straight up started it, that guy, because he thought he was so cool because he was 10 levels above me, and he
The reality is, none of us actually give a shit about any of this stuff at all.
Yeah, that's
No.
true. Yeah,
At
I don't
all.
think any of us will even
At
buy
all.
the EA Access thing at the end of the day.
Fuck
I-
EA, I'm out them.
Dude, though, what I will say, if they provide me the new Madden for $5,
No,
I'll
just
buy
stop
it.
on the last thing you said. That was
Yeah, that was the perfect place to end.
None of us are gonna buy this anyway. We're just arguing over theory and opinion. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Well, also important to
And
note.
that's a great place to end it.
Important to note, we are arguing over conjecture. We don't know how the system's gonna work.
Yeah, like 3 levels deep conjecture too.
Yeah, exactly. Like it
Anybody that's about to write an angry comment, and I know you already did a while ago, but I'm saying you can still go back and edit it. This is just don't take it too seriously. We're
Yeah.
just a bunch of dudes. That's
it's
it.
exactly, yeah. Like, it's more likely gonna be terrible, but there's a chance. There's a chance it'll be good.
The best thing you can do is just don't even pay attention to anything we say.
Yeah,
Ever.
yeah, that's true.
Ever.
Yeah, just watch our videos like 100 times over.
Yeah, just don't pay attention to them. Let them play.
Yeah.
And
Just
move
open them
on.
up in like 8 tabs, and you're good.
Okay, now we're getting into borderline where we can't say that. So only watch what you want to watch when you want to watch it. We won't pay or charge you subscription fees. You can choose to leave at any time. We won't take your rights away. We won't steal the videos away from you unless they get shut down, means out of our control. Thank you for watching.
This is like the disclaimer at the end of those like, car commercials or whatever.
Yeah,
or
and then
medication,
press
right?
accept and sign with your digital
Say,
e-cig.
also say frog farts
Sure.
if you made it this far.
They already scoop loop now.
They already
Frog
scoop loop, dude. What are you doing?
They got a frog farts. You only
You
got
just
you got
double the
frog
scoop
farts.
loop.
I
Now we have
did.
2 separate forms of
Scoop loop
I
and
don't-
frog farts. You got a frog fart.
Oh my god. So now the people who made it to the scoop loop level just ended the video like I'm fucking done. And
I'm
then
not editing the comment again, you scum.
That's too bad. You should have watched it till the end, fucker. All right. Thanks for joining
Every
us, friends.
magic episode is the next dumbest magic episode we've ever done.
This is the
Basically.
bottom of the barrel, actually.
It is, yeah.
We've gone down
This.
to the end.
Gone all the way. Bye.
Well, thanks for going all the way with us. Talk to you later.
Bye, everybody. This is Alpaca Patrol signing out. Peace, fools.
Cheers, scum.